Testing. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the live stream for the week of March 26th. Today is Sunday, and I believe I'm late for today's live stream. It's currently 10:24, so 24 minutes late. Hopefully, some of you guys can see the chat here. And in today's video, what I really wanted to quickly talk about, address a couple of comments that kind of have been coming up inside of the Facebook group, which is here in the back. If you are interested in joining, please go ahead and do so. And then, and then we'll do some quick Q&A after we get all that taken care of. So let's see what's going on here. Not sure if the stream is going live yet. It seems like everything's okay, and I see a couple of people coming in. Yes. If you guys are interested to kind of see what the YouTube stats for live streaming, what they are, maybe I'll show you right here. So let's see. For those of you guys that are interested in live streaming your own chats, I'm just going to shrink myself down. And basically, this is how the live stream works for YouTube. Let me see if I can scroll over here. So you scroll down, you see a bunch of these options that you can configure for your channel and for your live stream. And basically, whatever you want to say for today. Oh, I got to change this. This is not good. Yeah, this is not good either. Let's see. Facebook group comments and live Q&A. And today's topic will be, let's discuss some fun questions that have come up during the Facebook group chats. And here we go. Then we'll do some live Q&A. Yeah, all of this stuff should be done before you go and perform your live stream. But once you have all that information typed out in your description box, what you can do is you load up some kind of live streaming app. I'm currently using OBS, which is Open Broadcasting Software. And you click the little live stream button. And everyone in the world should be able to see exactly what's on your screen the way you've set it up through OBS. For example, I have this little screen, well, hopefully you guys can see what's going on, but what you're seeing on the bottom left is my DSLR camera that's plugged into my camera via this Ultra Studio, Blackmagic Ultra Studio Mini recorder. It takes in this HDMI from the camera, hooks it up via the display port on the Mac, and then the DSLR feed can actually be fed into your computer and onto the internet. And that's how you guys are kind of seeing me right now. Let's see. Who is in the chat? I don't know if you guys can kind of hear from my scratchy voice. But past couple of days have been quite rainy, quite cold, and a little bit under the weather for me. That's kind of why I sound like this. Yeah. So maybe some of you guys can relate, and perhaps you guys know the difficulties of maintaining a YouTube channel for everyone out there. Are you guys as surprised as I am about how many subscribers this channel has gotten over the past couple of months? I remember we were at, I think, 12,000 by was it January of 2017, and now we're up to 38,000, which is kind of mind-blowing. Very, very surprising. Yeah, today is no live coding, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to twitter.com here, and then the way that the live stream works is you can scroll all the way down here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but let me just drag it over a little bit. On the stats here, maybe I'll drag it a little bit more. You get your live stream URL, and then you get all your stats right here. So we currently have 78 viewers, subscribers watching the channel. And then we have Twitter here, and then we can just say live Facebook comments, comment responses, and some light. Now we'll spell it this way: light Q&A today. Then you paste the stream in there. You tweet it out. Everyone can see who's on the gosh darn thing. Yeah, this is not the correct information. But anyways, let's see. Yeah, today's live stream, not the best prepared. That's the nature of doing live. Okay, so let's see, what can we do here? Okay, I want to kind of start off here with the Facebook group. And for some of you guys that don't know about this Facebook group, it is available through the URL at the very top, which you can type in. You can also find the link down in the description. So those are the two places where you can start to join the group, join in on the discussion, some of the chat that's been going on about some practices or best practices regarding the Swift development, maybe some other interesting things about the channel. For example, we have a poll that's up here, and so some of the folks that have been interested with the Android side of things, obviously we're trying to expand to more than just mobile Swift, trying to capture the entire mobile kind of segment. Regarding development, Android is definitely very, very interesting. The whole thing with Android is that it's like super easy to build for. Platform is all open, not all open source, but all you have to do is just submit your app to the Google Play Store and you can get it out within a couple of hours. So a really easy platform to develop for. And this poll is pretty much asking whether or not folks out there really, really want to see Android related content or just stick with Swift and iOS. My personal preference is to make more variety and try to be as inclusive of everyone as possible. So I'm looking to get a Android channel up. I don't want to put the same Android content on this Swift channel because everyone is subscribed for Swift content. So most likely we'll see an Android channel within, I'm going to say 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I think that's what I said last time. But maybe, you never know. The current thing that's holding me up in terms of my schedule is trying to produce all of the videos for the Instagram Firebase course right here. And remember the last live stream last Sunday, we kind of announced this course that's available on the website, course Instagram Firebase. And now we have, 8 episodes for how to build out the Instagram application. So far we've gone over like Firebase SDK setup, registering your user's photo, their username, login information, and also we've kind of implemented how to log out of your application. So some of this stuff might not be all that exciting, but it's actually very important when it comes to building a solid application. If your user isn't able to log out and log back in, it's pretty hard to get them to use that app. So that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, so I see a lot of questions in the live chat right now. And let me just get through some of the stuff on Chrome first. So that's the course. There's a lot of content in here. And for those of you that want to learn how to build out the Instagram app, which is what you're seeing on the screen. Let's see, how do I get back to this thing? So this guy right here, yeah, I need an assistant for this. So, you can capture stuff, add photos, which looks like this. And yeah, it's a really interesting application. You can share photos. Hello to all live streamers from Taiwan. So this is a photo taken in Taiwan. You share it. I'm not sure if the internet connection that I have during these live streams is going to allow me to share. That's kind of why it's hanging there. Wow. So even I'm surprised that it actually worked, because normally during these live streams, my uploading does not work at all. So as you can see, when you upload this image, you can see what's going on here. So 19 seconds ago we uploaded, and then you have all of these photos. So for those of you that are wanting to seek more Firebase information, because Firebase is a really exciting platform. It's kind of up and coming as the back end as a service platform. The other competitor in the space is Realm. Actually went to Realm's conference. This is the Realm sticker that I got at the Realm desk. And funny story was that someone's e-cigarette actually blew up in front of me. I don't know if you guys have been hearing about e-cigarettes blowing up, but cigarette caught on fire, blew up, and then I just left the conference because it's getting a little dangerous. So anyhow, we have Realm, Firebase, and Parse, which is something that has kind of gone off the radar. And kind of as an iOS developer, it's really helpful to learn a lot of these systems. Anyhow, I would really like to make this Android channel happen. There's just so much going on right now that it's difficult to kind of push out content every day. Okay. Yeah. Now, there's also another thing I want to mention about the Facebook group is that all of these posts that you see down here, by Nick Perkins, by Fabio Good, Ahmed, all of these posts are directly approved by me and only me. So currently I'm the only administrator for the group. And because of that, there's a very strict policy on what to post on this group chat, or this Facebook group. I really don't want it to turn into spam. That's kind of why there is a strict policy. And the things not to post on the Facebook group are things such as how do I build like a collection view? How do I solve my Swift related problem? It's not really meant for that because a couple of reasons really. Stack Overflow is the best option for answering your Swift programming related questions. Facebook doesn't have the tools. For example, it doesn't have code highlighting that makes it easy to answer those questions. And also questions that are answered on Stack Overflow, they were made public to everyone, so it's indexed properly, so other people can search for that same solution if they need it. Yes. So another thing is that let's see if I can refresh this page here. Okay, so closed group. We have 16 people who want to join the group, and we have a ton of people here. And I actually look at everyone's status before I hit the approve button. The most important thing of all is I don't want spammers, or I don't want folks that are marketing to people to join the group. For example, member of 0 groups and an empty profile picture. It's a little strange. iOS application developer. Looks good. CEO and founder of Media Club. Also looks good. Yeah. So don't think I don't look at any of this information. I definitely do. And I know Antonio has been commenting on some of the videos on the channel, so I recognize everyone's name that comes up that is similar to their YouTube name. Yeah, and also I read everyone's comments on the YouTube videos, the channel comments, the Facebook comments, the website comments. I read all the questions that you guys post on this little questions section. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like my website's loading during the live stream, but yeah, all the questions that you guys have posted there, I read. I don't answer all of them because some of the questions are pretty detailed. That's why I can't really spend too much time lost inside of comments, because that can easily take up maybe 2 to 3 hours a day. Is it loading? No, it's not loading. Okay, so let's see what else is going on in this live stream here. I'm always curious about who's in here and who's not, so I just want to take that out of the way. Okay, now let me move on to a couple of these options here. So Kotlin for Android. If I ever make tutorials, I'll probably make a few in Java, and then the majority will be in Kotlin, which is the Swift equivalent for Android. It makes it a lot easier to build. I don't want to waste too much time on Java. There's too much typing. Anytime some language requires too much typing, I get scared away. Okay, so the first question here we have from Nick Perkins. Just wanted to answer this one. So he says he wanted to recommend a series on using MapKit. So MapKit is just Apple's version of Google Maps. And it says, an example, in StubHub, when you start searching for tickets on a map, you will often see things called annotations or pins in a map. And those pins make it really easy to figure out what's going on nearby. So when you're dealing with maps, you have to get your users like GPS information and coordinates, use CL Location Manager, deal with all that. So there's a lot of good content that can be made with a MapKit course. So I'm either going to make a very simple course on the YouTube channel, or make a very detailed course on the website, or maybe I'll do both. And so that's kind of the question there. So I'm going to call out one person. For example, I have a question that I'm sending data from an app server. First, this writes a PHP send data, and then they want to know if the PHP scripts are working with iOS and Android. So these are the type of questions that you do not post in the group at all. These questions are much easier to answer in Stack Overflow, so I recommend you go over there instead. Nick Perkins recommends the same thing. I think it's the English barrier too, but yeah, use Stack Overflow. It's very difficult to answer these questions in a Facebook group. You know, not to be mean or call anyone out. This group is just not meant for random questions like that. And we have Fabio Good. He says, please consider a better way to follow your courses. I just bought the Instagram one, and it's really annoying watching it from the mobile iPhone. Every time a notification arrives, the browser gets crazy and I have to log in again, reload the page, and find the right time where I left off. So this is a very important thing I want to fix for you guys. And the thing is, it's very difficult to obviously control the Safari browser or even the Chrome browser. They're really the same thing anyways. And so the thing I was mentioning here was that I really want to release like an iOS app that can browse the website a lot easier, especially for the videos that you guys purchase. I want to be able to provide an app that you can watch on your phone, your iPad, and even perhaps your Apple TV. But I guess you can cast your iPad videos onto your Apple TV. That way it's a lot easier to watch. And sometimes, you just don't have a second screen connected to your laptop, which makes it easy to watch on your iPad and then program along on your computer. I know a lot of people have two screens, and I think that's one of the most effective ways to learn how to program. Have the tutorial on the other screen and then have your main IDE on the primary screen. Makes it really, really easy to learn. That's like my tip number one for anyone trying to get into programming. Buy a second monitor. Okay, so let's see. Mac OS app. I don't even know if any of you guys want to get into Mac OS development. It's actually really easy. If you know how to build iOS applications, then the Swift that's needed for Mac OS apps, it's actually very similar. Some of the things that are different is the collection view or the table view behaves a little bit differently. I think it's actually better in Mac OS. The way that there's this thing called data binding that is available on Mac OS apps, and data binding just makes sure that if your data set changes, it'll automatically change inside your list, which I really wish iOS had. And you can get that through something like Reactive Cocoa, I guess that's called. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Ahmed, for joining, bringing me here. I guess people are benefiting from you more than the list of, list of books that you're reading all the way. Yeah, so hopefully the channel has been more helpful than the books that you guys are purchasing. That'd be great to find out whether or not watching someone live code in front of you is more beneficial compared to the written books that you purchase from, like, let's say Amazon, Big Nerd Ranch, Ray Wenderlich, and other book publishing websites, companies. I honestly feel that so what do I feel? I feel like video seems to be a big thing in 2016, and 2017 video seems to be like it's going to just totally take over, if not already taking over of everything. And like, for those of you guys that want to get ahead in terms of like your career, learn how to make videos, because you're going to be able to share yourself, your brand, what you know through video. I feel like websites are kind of a thing of the 2000 generation, and the 2010, 2020 decade, this era, it's all about video. Yeah. So that's my recommendation here. Unsolicited. Okay. Am I thinking of doing Android tutorials? Yes. If your app is only on iOS, do you recommend using Firebase or CloudKit? So I do recommend using Firebase a lot more than I would recommend using CloudKit. Some of the APIs that are available to work with your Apple iCloud account through CloudKit, it's kind of difficult. I wouldn't say that it's extremely straightforward, but I wouldn't really call it difficult either. So, there's just so much upside to Firebase. Like, you can eventually use Android and connect to the same database. You can You can program your web browser through JavaScript to access your Firebase layer. There's just so much that it's hard to recommend anyone to use CloudKit over Firebase, unless perhaps you're using you're building a Apple Watch app. Then yeah, perhaps CloudKit is the better option. Okay. All right, so that's the Facebook group. Let's get into the live chat here. And before I totally lose my voice here, I'll try to answer some questions that you guys have. All right. The live chat is always interesting. Let's see how many good comments we have. So scrolling to the top, we have Daniel Collar. Good to have you. We have Tiernan McGrath with what computer do I use? 2013 MacBook Pro 15-inch Retina, fully spec'd out. Hello, David. Chaitanya. A lot of you guys I do definitely recognize. I recognize Anita. Hello, Mabiala. Yeah, that's probably closer. Anatoly. Yeah, it's always very dangerous trying to pronounce the users that are inside of the chat like this. Vignesh, good to see you. John Cumming, nice to have you. We have Abhishek. I assume Abhishek is a common Indian name. Is that Indian? I see this name a lot. Then we have Ahmed. Ahmed, hello from Turkey. Hello. I think Istanbul's in Turkey, right? Okay, we have Robson. Hello from Brazil. Yeah. Brazil, wow. It's a good place to be. Watching from Delhi. Is that how you pronounce this? Delhi? Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely an Indian name. Is C++ still relevant? I don't know. In my world, C++ is not really all that relevant. If you have to build video games, you probably need to learn C++ still. If you want to make iOS apps, most places just use Unity, C# or JavaScript. So can't really, in good conscience, I can't recommend C++ as a language that you can future-proof yourself with. At the same time, you have to learn 5 languages to be really good anyways. And maybe C++ is one of those 5 languages. We have Tom Schritt from Cupertino. I was just in Cupertino last night. Maybe we should meet up sometime. Okay, we have Tony Ginks, Srikanth, Shankar. I worked with a guy named Srikanth a few years ago. Pretty sure you're not the same person. You are rocking. Yeah. Hello from Nepal. No live coding. Sorry for the misinformation given in the description of today's video, especially in Twitter and also when I started the stream. I didn't really have the description and the title for the video set up properly. Okay. Nice mic. Yes, this is a Blue Yeti microphone. If you guys want to buy it, go to Amazon.com and search for a Blue Yeti. That's the word blue and Yeti, Y-E-T-I. Love your live coding. Yeah, I really like producing the live coding videos for a couple of reasons, really. One of the reasons is because it's really helpful to give everyone this information just 20 seconds in the video, we start coding, right? There's no BS. We just have to dive into the code. And most of the time when you're working as a programmer, you're doing programming just straight 8 hours a day. And it's really fun. I enjoy coding so much. And that's, maybe through some of these videos on the YouTube channel, you can kind of tell that being passionate about programming is actually really fun. So, hello from Cambodia. Hello. Finally caught a live stream, Mr. No Limit Black Op Akuma. Any of you guys play Street Fighter? Akuma is probably one of my more favorite characters in the video game. Xcode assets catalog extremely slow, especially when you build a game with all the animations and all any trick. I don't really have a lot of experience building games, unfortunately. John Cummings says, "You are a great service. You are awesome." Well, I'm pretty sure all of you guys are pretty awesome yourselves. Can you please tell us about the future of Perfect server-side Swift? So Perfect is the other server-side version of Swift. The other one is called Kitura, released by IBM. And they have a cloud platform as well called Bluemix. I'm not sure if Perfect can be launched onto the cloud yet, but I would give Perfect a try and also give Kitura a try. It's definitely still early in terms of the life cycle of all this Swift server side. This entire environment seems to be relatively new. So I say give it a try. I wouldn't build like a production server on the Perfect language, obviously. But if you don't want to learn any other language such as PHP, Node, or Java, then I say go ahead and go with the Swift server side. Do a nice job. Thank you, everyone. Any plan on a student discount for the Instagram Firebase course? So the website currently doesn't have any implementation to support discounts or coupons. Thank you for the $5 from P. I'll get to your question and comment a little bit later. So if some of you guys are interested in supporting the channel, you can hit the super chat, send a super chat, and down here you can see you can enter $300, $400 if you really wish to do so. So Pat Factor Plus from Cali. Hello from Cali. Let me know where in California you are currently situated. I'm in South San Francisco, which is better known as the Bay Area for folks or even the Bay Area is not really that commonly thrown around out there. Okay, so where are we? This is what happens during a live chat and you lose your place. Okay, so the Instagram student course discount. I am thinking about some way to accommodate for people that cannot afford for these courses or afford to pay or purchase these courses. And the thing with these premium, we're going to call these courses premium because they have a lot of content in it. It's kind of going through how to build an application, like how a professional software developer would go about doing it. So it takes almost like, I don't know, 200 to 300 hours for me to put the course together and upload it, tag and put up thumbnails, create all of this, this entire platform to support these courses. So you're definitely getting a lot out of what you pay for them. That's all I'm going to say. If you value your education, I see another donation of $25. So here's the thing with education. If you think about how much you pay for school, I guess I'm just going to talk from a United States citizen's point of view. We pay like thousands of dollars for one semester of college. Normally it's like $5,000 to $10,000 in the year of 2017. So if you think about how much you're paying for that and the return that you get on that investment compared to what you buy from like a course like this, I think it's obvious that the money that you spend on the website course that you need, you definitely get way more return out of that. So, but having said that, the YouTube channel is still going to be very, very valuable. The information the videos that I shoot on the YouTube channel, they're all still going to be the same high quality. There's nothing that's going to change about the quality of the videos. It's only going to get better as we get more and more of these videos recorded. And there's still going to be courses, more mini courses of just like 10 to 15 episodes that are more brief and easier for the regular developer to get into. And that's what the channel is going to be about. For those of you that are wanting more, that's kind of what the Firebase course is targeted for. And a lot of you guys have actually already purchased the Instagram Firebase course. So thank you everyone that has purchased it. I hope everyone that is watching these videos are learning a lot. I'm actually tracking the Vimeo stats, and a lot of you guys are finishing almost like 80 to 90% of each one of these videos, which is a very, very high engagement and retention rate for any type of video. So I really hope you guys are getting the most out of those lessons. And I know those lessons might seem like they're very long. So I don't know if you guys prefer longer or shorter lessons, but they're almost all going to be about 20 to 25 minutes. And you guys probably know that, notice that there's a lot going on in every video. And that's kind of how professional development looks like. There's a lot of coding, a lot of preparation, and it's a lot of fun. That's what the course is all about too. Just enjoying how to build up applications from scratch. And I really like making those lessons. It's a lot of fun preparing, and also just having you guys join along. Am I feeling well today? So Friday, which was 2 days ago, there was this huge storm in the Bay Area, and I was out meeting with the client. And just yesterday and today, not exactly 100%, but we have this Sunday live stream schedule to maintain. We don't want to miss a day, because every day matters. For you guys that think that programming is easy, it's actually hard. It's not hard in the sense that it's impossible like rocket science to learn. It's only difficult because you need to spend at least 4 to 5 hours a day on it before you can actually get really, really good at it. Okay, we have Jorge Jaramillo, George Jaramillo. Thank you so much for the support, the super chat support. So it's really, really helpful that you guys are learning from the channel and getting so much out of it that you feel like you want to support me and what I do here. Yeah. So, okay, let's get through all this stuff here. How much time do I have today? Well, I realize there's a lot of you guys today in the chat, and we have another $20 from John Cumming. Here's a start. Help someone out with a free course. Yes. I think in a future video, I will give out like a free course to perhaps a couple of folks that are inside of the live stream or in some kind of other video. I wanted to start doing giveaways so that the people that need it can take advantage of some of the stuff that we have online. And as the channel grows and grows and grows, we're going to do a lot more to help people that need this kind of stuff. So some folks that have gone on the website and messaged me privately about how they come from developing countries that don't allow them to have the funds necessary to purchase some of the courses. I do hear you. I do want to do something about it. This channel right here is, it's going to be, I really want to turn it into something that changes education. That was my initial goal from day one of creating this channel. And that is still the goal of what I want to do. The goals that I have for the channel, I haven't really spoken about them at all. And that's just briefly a small detail into what I want to do with this channel. We'll see how life world changing this becomes. So John Cumming says, please do both. How about doing the same projects on your new Android channel? So yeah, that's the idea. That's kind of what I want to do here. So the first application that I'm thinking about for the Android channel is going to be very similar to the Twitter app. And I have parts of it built out in Kotlin. So I want to be able to put that together. And with the support of Mr. John Cumming, I do my best to get that out. Thanks for the Instagram tutorial. Can you implement hashtag and mention for the future? Maybe. I don't use the hashtag feature a whole lot, so I need to do a little bit of research on it and figure out how it works. Yeah. So, quick question. How many of you guys really enjoyed that Facebook curve animation live stream video? I thought that was really fun to make and to kind of research, build out. And it turns out it's like really simple, right? I mean, I really like animations, like going up, twirling around. And through that tutorial, you can, build really, really nice looking applications or nice animations. Okay, I was visiting one of your videos right now. Awesome. Learned so much from Iran. Good stuff. I really hope we get more iOS developers from Iran and all around the world. Okay, Windows or Linux making iOS apps. Some very difficult ways and complicated ways of doing it. I wouldn't recommend building on a Windows or Linux platform. Can you explain or demo Instagram settings options on your tutorial? I don't really have the time right now to do it. Everything that's on the preview right here, you can watch the video preview. So this top section is a video, so hit the play and you'll get the video. Okay. Oh, good old. Yeah, maybe I need an assistant during these live streams. Okay. So please accept me as a member. I'll get to everyone's Facebook group. What do you call that? It's not an invitation, but the join request. I'll get to that as quickly as I can after the live stream's over. Yeah. So thank you again, Jorge, for that donation. Definitely helpful. Yes, I do need an assistant. It's difficult. I want to build a studio so I can have a couple of people here just helping me with everything. That'd be nice. Yes, you can use a VM to create a virtual machine on a Windows box, such as VirtualBox. I think one of those software is called. Hello, Michael. Good to see you. Good to finally have you during one of these live chats. Any tips for beginners and what mistakes to avoid? The first mistake you want to avoid as a Swift developer is to think that, don't think that Swift development is difficult, because it actually is difficult, and it's not that it's difficult to learn. You just have to give a lot of time and dedication to building out these apps. Like, it takes a lot of time. Don't disregard that fact about programming. What was your Manny Ramos? Hey, was just watching your motivation live stream. Can you give any quick tips for motivation in coding? I'm a beginner. In terms of motivation, it's really about what you want to get out of building iOS apps. If you want to, build a social application, build one out as fast as you can. If you want to build a game, maybe research on how to build Flappy Bird or something. Obviously, try to find something that you're like most interested in, and then build towards that. That's the only tip I can really give. Okay. Best trainer ever, hopefully. Will I build in Go? I wouldn't recommend Google Golang as a language for everyone. The one difficult thing about Google Go is that it doesn't seem to have such a huge following that makes it easier to learn. So for example, if you want to learn Rails or JavaScript or Node, React, all these languages have tons of code repositories that you can learn from. Google Go isn't exactly there yet. Perhaps in a few years we will have more developers using that language, but it's not the easiest thing to learn. I'll put it that way. Where are you from? I'm from San Francisco, or originally. The capital of California is Sacramento, and that's where I'm from. I would suggest purchasing his beginner course. So yeah, the the Kindle basic training course has a lot of like very basic information, such as how to build out UI table views, collection views, how to unwrap things such as optionals, write classes, use for loops, if statements, and then finally how to kind of stylize your application so that you can have the right colors and the right design for your app. Obviously, it's very basic, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. There's like 20 videos for $20. So I think it's a good deal. Yes, VMware. If you are using a Windows box, you can use VMware to virtualize a Mac OS operating system. Is that redundant? Mac OS operating system? I think that is. What's your problem with pointer arithmetic? Okay. 2 screens is clutch. Definitely. I see a lot of my students that send me screenshots of their setup at home. And almost everyone has 2 screens with me full screen on the second screen, and then their IDE on the left screen, which is good. That's how I would recommend learning. Yeah. Okay, licensing with VMware is definitely really tricky. Okay, what was the biggest mistake I made when learning to program? I would say the biggest mistake I kind of had was not learning JavaScript early enough. And aside from that, I think early on when I had my very first job as a software developer, I didn't really know how much work I had to put into it to get better. So I thought I was a really good programmer when I was in my first job, but looking back, I think I was a pretty low performer. So yeah, that's one of the biggest mistakes I made early on. How many programming languages do you know? By that I mean advanced knowledge, not just hello world program or something like that. Thank you for answering. So off the top of my head, I would say there's Swift, there's Objective-C, there's Java, there's JavaScript, there's Google Go, which is what the website is operating on for the backend. And then I haven't used C# in a while, but I used that a long time ago. And maybe that's it. So there's Flash, there's ActionScript, which I did for a few years professionally. And then, I don't know, there's Kotlin, which is kind of like Java. After a certain point, all these languages, I don't even think about how many languages I know anymore. It's more about, how do I get this thing done? Oh, I need this language. Okay, I'll just go learn it. Takes me like 2 weeks, 3 weeks to get comfortable. And then that's how you get, into that environment. Okay. Yes. Love your channel. Keep up the holy work. I guess I am doing God's work. It's put on this earth to do his bidding. Yes. I'm nervous about calculus classes I have to take for computer engineering. Don't be nervous. Calculus isn't all that bad. You have to put in the time. And yeah, it should work out. All right, so I just received a purchase notification from someone. So I have an application on my phone that tells me exactly when people purchase things from the website. So I can just check who's purchasing the things. So we have now Kennedy. Thank you for the purchase. Let's see. I like using Windows 10 systems for development. Yeah. We have Barack again. I spent a lot of time with Udemy courses before this channel. And yes, video courses are vital. Yeah, I think so. Video is huge. Again, I recommend you guys learn how to create videos just to get ahead in your career. It's going to be huge now. It's going to be huge in 2020. And that's only 3 years away. Can you imagine? Best video tutorials. You are not just building an app. You are building great programmers. I really never thought about it that way. Okay, we have E with Engin Sherpa from the UK. I think that's where the pounds are being used. Thank you for amazing tutorials. Yeah. Well, thanks for just watching and supporting everything that we do here on the channel. Every little bit goes towards, reinvesting into the channel and then spreading all of this across other channels, making the information about application development available for everyone. And not only just making it available, but making it kind of a fun experience. I really want to make programming seem like it's fun. That's my huge thing about all of these videos. Sometimes it might not seem like it's so fun to some of you guys, but I definitely want to make it seem like it's kind of like a hangout session. You hang out with me, you watch what I do on the IDE, and then you move on. So thank you. What mistakes do I avoid as a beginner or a programmer in general? Don't be afraid of making mistakes. So that's the mistake that you should avoid. A little meta. But don't be afraid to try anything new. Just try. That's the one tip that I would give anyone. Don't fall into the trap where you think you can't do something because other people kind of made you think that way. For example, society tells like women that they can't get into tech. There's really nothing in their way except for this whole societal pressure that they put upon women. And if you are like a minority trying to get into programming, and you might not be the white male that is often perceived as the programmer type, or like the Indian engineer, the Chinese engineer. If you're not that type, don't tell yourself that you can't do it, because you You don't know until you try. Udemy courses are useless. Coursera and Udacity are way better. Yeah. So Udemy courses are useless. I haven't taken any Udemy courses personally, so I don't know whether or not they are all that great or not. I wouldn't call them useless. Maybe use another word. Coursera and Udacity, they're even more mysterious to me. So yeah. If anyone wants to check out those courses and those platforms, I recommend you go check them out. If you can find what you need out of those courses, then go purchase them. And yeah, that's all it is. If you can find someone that you like learning from, then by all means go invest in that person. Okay, a lot of pointer arithmetic going on in the chat. Okay. I'm only here because he reminds me of my pre-calc teacher. I'll take that as a compliment, maybe. Mario Hernandez. Yeah, watching you code live is so much better than books I bought on iOS programming. Yeah, I feel like books are so obsolete nowadays. Like, I honestly don't have a bookcase in my living room or my bedroom, and I've never really purchased any type of book. Since graduation, obviously. I think about one book on how to get better at Flash programming, and I probably read like 10 pages out of the 300 pages in that book. Everything I've learned comes from blog posts, internet, Stack Overflow, Apple documentation, Adobe documentation, Google Docs, online docs. It's easier to search compared to a book. This is why I think books are not exactly the way to go. And then having said that, you'll probably find myself writing a book and selling it on Amazon sometime in the near future. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen. That was helpful. I take your advice about video. Is OS X more powerful than iOS? Well, that's a strange question. OS X is pretty much your entire computer, right? Your laptop or the Mac Pro trash can thing. So you can put as much RAM, as much CPU, as much, a much bigger hard drive in that thing compared to an iOS device. So OS X is definitely a lot more powerful. You can build something called a Hackintosh, which is something I've is it illegal to build one of those things? I guess I'll stop here. I've enjoyed it with that live stream animation feature course. Amazing to watch. Yeah, that animation with the curves, really fun stuff, right? And it's really these type of videos where you see how to do these animations super easy, that it really allows you to think about, oh, maybe I can do the rest of the development, because it's actually not that difficult. So you learn something new every day that enables you to learn even more in the future. What's the deal today? What are we doing? Just Q&A. Like I said, I think I mentioned this earlier on. Not exactly feeling the healthiest today. It's kind of why I didn't really have enough time to prepare anything. Originally, the idea was to show what type of code not to write, like what bad coding is, and I was gonna do that, but yeah, I had to take some headache medicine to get up today. Your tutorials have helped me so much. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Yeah, no problem, Eric. from Istanbul, Barack. Richard Lowe from UK. Clear content and explanations. Yeah, definitely going for clear, easy, and concise videos that everyone can watch and understand. I had this comment from this other member of another channel that I also watch that has nothing to do with programming, and some guy saw my comment, visited my channel, and he told me that even though he doesn't program, he watched my videos and said that, oh, it's actually not that difficult from what you are showing. So that was interesting. Hello from Romania. Hello, Bogdan. Mike from South San Francisco. Hello, Mike. Maybe I'll see you around. I live very close to the Costco that's in South San Francisco. Okay, we have one more from Brazil. Started the iOS development a few months ago. I like your videos. Well, thank you, Walter. Alik Williams, Jira or Pivotal Tracker. I really like the thing that Jira purchased, or Atlassian purchased. What is that thing called? So we're talking about project management. Trello boards. Trello is very simple and straightforward to use. Okay, I'm currently working with SPM. Not exactly sure what SPM is. Is there any tutorial about Swift and TensorFlow? I don't know. Maybe I'll do some personal research about TensorFlow and see what I can put out there. TensorFlow, for those of you guys that aren't aware, is, I guess, machine learning, I think. Will you ever do a e-commerce application from start to finish? I've thought about it. The difficulties of e-commerce is that the most important thing is to handle purchases and orders and customers to your e-commerce application. So setting up some kind of server that allows you to keep track of purchases is kind of difficult. That's why I haven't done something like that yet. How do you manage so many languages? I don't know, really. Yeah. Like, people tell me that knowing a lot of computer programming languages is difficult, but I don't really see it that way. It's just another tool that you learn along the way. That's what it seems like to me. SpriteKit tutorials someday. What is the right ways to learn Xcode because I'm stuck? Well, I think you can follow the videos on my channel and just follow along. It should be simple and straightforward enough, I would hope. Rishab, how many experience do I... So how much experience do I have in iOS development, I suppose? I guess in general, maybe like 10 years of professional experience. And then a couple of years before that, just in high school, just doing projects on my own. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Parse Server as a backend service? Now open source. Firebase is okay, but lacks many desirable features, doesn't it? That's true. I haven't really used Parse, so I can't really speak on that. Whatever backend you need, just go ahead and use it. Yeah. Have you worked at any tech companies before going fully independent? Yeah. I worked at this company that was recently acquired by Cisco. So that was good. I worked there for like 3.5 years as a UI developer and then a mobile Java developer, I guess. That also did iOS, building on a framework that you integrate via CocoaPods, I believe, or some kind of framework file. Okay, maybe others can sponsor the people that need help to buy courses. Yeah. Yeah, for those that need the discount on the online premium courses, I will think of something that I can do about that. Yeah. I've learned from Jorge. I've learned more about programming from your YouTube channel than any other site. Thank you, Jorge, and thanks for the donation to the channel. San Bernardino from LA. Keep the videos below 15 minutes is very good. Are you planning to make advanced courses? The advanced courses are just the Instagram Firebase online ones. That's probably the most advanced we'll get. Will you ever start doing other tutorials other than Swift iOS, like Android or Node.js? Probably both eventually. Uber Gerber, sorry, can't stick around. Just FYI, attempted to join the F group with alternate account. Just ignore that one, but feel free to approve the correct one. Yeah. Okay. So thank you again, John, coming for that $20. Yeah, helping out someone with their free course. Yes. Thanks for being so giving today. How do you add the ability to pay for a subscription through apps? You really have to integrate some kind of a third-party payment processor. For example, my website uses PayPal to process payments and also credit cards. Okay. What else is going on here? I'm a sophomore right now. I'm just getting into interesting CS projects, concepts. Do you think the learning of more complex concepts get easier as I get more experience, or is it just as hard? Well, think about it this way. When you started learning math, right, you started at basic arithmetic, and then you learned algebra, moved on to geometry, then algebra 2, trigonometry, calculus, multivariable calculus, learned how to do integrals, derivatives, and then you took discrete math and learned about set theory, and then linear algebra, numerical analysis, and what else have I learned? I think that's pretty much it. So there's a progression. Once you learn something that seems hard today, you move on to the thing that is even harder tomorrow. How much money do I charge normally for freelancing projects? I can't really say anymore. I don't really have an hourly rate because I don't really do freelancing projects anymore. Is there any way easier for understanding animations using another platform? Yeah, it's difficult. Okay. Wow, a lot of questions. Facebook curve video is my favorite video after subscribing for 2 months. Yeah, it was an interesting video. Okay. Yeah. Great intentions. Feel it regarding perspectives about developing countries. Yeah, I think giveaways might be a good solution for that. Yeah. So from Andre, I think some people want to learn how to use the sliding video minimizer feature of YouTube. I think I mentioned this in a past live stream, but that feature was extremely difficult to build myself. So I don't know if I even can explain how it works. Okay. So from Andre, bought your course to develop the Instagram app. I'll start it next week. Okay. Good. Yeah. So those of you guys that have bought the Instagram course, there's a lot of content in there, and you'll get to see the real world like mindset of a developer going through each and every screen. And you'll also see that it does take quite a bit of time to build out a sophisticated application such as Instagram. Like, it's not easy building out these apps. That's why programmers charge so much freaking money per hour just to build out apps. It takes, a good amount of work, and you want to make sure the code is clean. After learning the basic program course, what would be the next step? I would recommend going from the Kindle basic training course and then moving on to more videos on the YouTube channel that are free, such as the latest, maybe the YouTube app or the Firebase chat app. Those are good videos to learn. I think some of them are in Swift too, but I think you'll still learn a lot from it. Okay. Okay. Engin, Sherpa, thank you again. John Cummey says, never tried using an Android tablet as a second monitor. Looks like there are some great options. Yeah. How do you deal with neck pain and so on after long hours of coding? So helpful. I don't have a whole lot of neck pain, but I do have back pain from sitting in a bad position every now and then. So I got a standing desk that just rises up, and now I don't have to sit. Stand. I pretty much stand for like 8 hours a day now, or even longer, because that's the schedule that I have. But I find standing makes it easier to work, actually. Okay. Yeah, React Native. Someday we'll look at React Native with a really, really practical example about building React Native apps. Udemy is a good place to learn. It depends on what course you buy and the person who is teaching it. Yep, I agree with that. Have I eaten? Just ate before starting the channel. That's why I was kind of late today. Okay, let's see. Okay. Thanks for the tutorial. Inspirational speeches. Currently having trouble with displaying a cell inside a collection of view as a YouTube series. I have input text with a full screen cell. Whenever keyboard appears, full screen cell go upwards of screen. How to prevent that? I don't know. I guess Stack Overflow will help you there. Just learned about programming. I like iOS so much. I want to be an iOS developer. So can you give me some recommendations? I have learned Swift Objective-C. Well, that's a good start. What's the highest salary of developer you have ever seen? I know SAP, these companies, big consulting companies, they charge like $200 an hour for their developers to work on your application. So they'll send a developer to you, and then perhaps a team of developers, and then they will charge you $200 an hour just to work on your project. Some developers will charge that, $150. So it varies a lot depending on how much experience you have. Yes, make sure your monitor is raised enough so that you are not looking down. Use a laptop stand and a standing desk. Take breaks. Yeah. So I have a huge monitor, and I make sure my IDE, my main window, is directly in front of me so that I don't have to look down or look up, look to the side, or anything like that strains the neck. Just wanted to say thank you for the awesome videos. You're playing a huge role in my development as a hopefully soon to be junior iOS developer. Yes, it's illegal. Unfortunately, I think we're talking about Hackintoshes. Because of secular work, don't use Swift or code for iOS OS X. How can you stay motivated without when secular work has no use for it? Yeah, not exactly sure what we're talking about here. I'm trying to change careers from mechanical engineering program. I finished a certificate in computer science from NCSU. Any recommendations on how to get a job? Yeah. Keep searching for jobs on, Craigslist, whatever job searching forum you can find, and just keep applying. Uh, how wide is the gap between your videos and a junior iOS development job? I think if you are able to follow the videos on my channel, the YouTube channel, and if you can build out all of these applications without having to watch those videos, I think you are in a really good position to get a junior iOS job. So the way that the videos are set up is really meant to train you as a person that doesn't really have a whole lot of experience building apps, but you know how all of the main components work for iOS. So the idea is I want to kind of show you how applications are made, and then in turn, you should be able to rebuild a lot of other different applications using the same approach. So if you can do that, I don't really see a reason why, not to hire you as a developer, I guess in terms of the technical stuff. If you are someone that is really hard to work with, that's a totally different story. Okay. When do you think you can finish the Instagram Firebase course? As soon as I can. So last week, I think I pushed out 6 or 7 episodes for the Instagram course. And I want to increase the amount of courses I pushed out, lessons I pushed out every week. And then hopefully within, 2 to 3 weeks, we'll have every video up, and then I can kind of get that out of the way and move on to another course that will be just as helpful for everyone out there. Swift Package Manager. I feel like eventually everything in iOS development will be Swift Package Manager. Okay, so it looks like everyone is filing out of here. We have 80 people still in the chat stream. John Cummings, thanks. Definitely Brian is building up community here. I'm trying to buy one of those chairs because I think many end up slouching. Standing desk works in a lot of different ways. What happens when we don't pass an interview test? Well, you move on to the next one. I have a standing desk as a regular desk with some bricks. I use a drafting chair when I want to sit and work. Yeah. So you have a standing desk, and then you have a stool that you can sit on, and then it kind of like makes you sit, or allows you to sit in a more comfortable position. So I use Golang with MySQL, not Postgres. Okay. Okay. So we just had another purchase of the Instagram course from, let's see who's interested in the. We have Raven that just purchased it. So yeah, like I said, quite a few students are purchasing the very lengthy, helpful courses on the website. So yeah. Oh yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought there. So many questions, so little time. Okay, so we have Flame65. Good to see you again. Do you work in your living room? It's a bad idea to work in your bedroom, right? I mean, it's a good distinguish your rest area and work area. So I actually have this huge problem where I can't go to sleep. I can't fall asleep. I don't know if I suffer from insomnia, but or perhaps it's this YouTube channel that I've started in the past year. Just not being able to sleep, constantly trying to push out new things to the website. So even if I have everything in my bedroom, living room, like kitchen, whatever, I still it doesn't matter to me. I still have just difficulties separating what I want to do on the YouTube stuff, the website, my own, goals. Just makes it difficult to do anything, really. Do I feel like mobile developers should be more well-rounded? For example, Android, iOS, and Windows developers, or does the market usually specifically want to hire one type? The market will want to hire just an iOS developer mainly. Well, let me take that back. If you can be a solid iOS engineer, you'll find a job pretty easily. If you want to, if you want to stand out in terms of all the mobile engineers, you should be a full stack developer, and then you will be valued at a higher rate as well. So we have Remy. I will purchase it. That's me. I have just purchased the Instagram course from Bogdan. Oh, okay. I see the BA now. Got it. Well, thanks, Bogdan. I will start my junior iOS developer job very soon. I'm very excited yet anxious. So so Abadu, I think I recognize your name from the list of folks that have enrolled in the Instagram course. I think if you really want to be less nervous and anxious about your first junior development job, or excited, you should, perhaps start the course and kind of get a feel for how iOS development works, and then you'll be less nervous about, your very first day. The thing to eliminate anxiety is to be more comfortable with the thing that you're facing. And one of the better ways of doing that is to just dive into the code. Yeah. Okay, so it seems like I was able to make it to the bottom of today's live chat. So one last question here. I'm building an educational app to teach young children English and math. I have a game like drag and drop. Fill in the blank boxes. I'm not able to find Swift tutorials based on math games. Yeah. I'm not really sure what to say about building these types of games. Drag and drop is something that's it's not difficult, but it does take more than, it takes more than an hour to understand how drag and drop works. Let's put it that way. How do you go about making something like Trivago? I haven't used Trivago before. Ryan West, thanks. I'm thinking about getting the Instagram course. I like all of your tutorials. Yeah. So the course, like any other video that I've put on the YouTube channel, it's packed with a lot of information. I think the Instagram videos are packed with so much good stuff, like really good stuff in each video. And so I'll be starting on the lessons on how to upload photos to Firebase, or upload posts, and then how to render them out onto the home feed, which is the more exciting part of the application. So a lot of exciting stuff happening. Yeah. All right, so last comment I want to read out here. One of the best tips I learned as a junior developer in early 2000, it's not about memorizing every language possible, but knowing where to go when you need to look something up. That is exactly correct. And Google is the place you need to understand how everything works. One thing about good developers is that we all know how to search for things on Google and Stack Overflow, and being able to like craft the search query is something you need to learn. Basically, learning how to ask Google questions. Okay, so from Joel, does the Instagram course suffer from massive view controller syndrome? So, no, it does not. Yeah, it's very similar to my other videos. We try to avoid massive view controllers as best as we can through extensions, MVC, and smarter programming. Will the notifications be included in Instagram series? So currently, it's not. It's not part of the course offering curriculum, and I'm thinking about doing something about with notifications. I just haven't had the time to research more on it. So that's it. Okay, so everyone today, all 82 of you that are still in the live stream chat, thank you so much today for joining us in this entertaining, probably not the best prepared live stream, but in any case, hopefully I answered some of you guys' questions. Thanks for the support, the couple of donations from Jorge, John Cumming, and and Sherpa from the UK, and I think I'm missing someone else, but a lot of good stuff. Or one last question: when am I going to finish the Twitter tutorial? There's going to be more videos on the Twitter app probably soon. Again, the priority is to push out this Instagram course for all of the folks that have paid for the course, and that's my priority right now. And then the YouTube channel will still have a lot of good content in it, and yeah, we'll see what we have for next week when I feel a little bit better and I can prepare something a little bit more informative for you guys. Yeah. Wow. So that was an hour and a half. Time does go by fast, especially when you're in live stream mode. Okay. Again, thanks for everyone. Yeah. And I will see you next week. Perhaps I'll have a Android video up by then, and I can show you guys what an awesome Android developer I am. So okay, I'll see you again. Bye.